This conference will now be recorded.
First of all, welcome to EWM practice. Okay. Coming to myself, my name is C.K. Reddy. Okay. I have nearly 14 years experience in the information technology IT. Okay, and I worked in MM module for 7 years, and since 7 years I am doing EWM practice. Okay, and I worked as a manager in previous companies. Okay, and deliver the projects. Manager means not a people manager, and this one delivery perspective, architect. Okay, and last year I came out from the organization and I start my own company. Okay, articles.com, which is the SAP partner. We are the SAP partners. We deal with only EWM, SAP EWM. We cannot touch any other module as well. Okay, and our main focus is system audit, system build, corporate trainings, and etc. This is my personal trainings. Okay, in 2015 starting, I have started the training, and this is the 6th year. Okay, over 800 plus members trained from me, and they are working from normal consultant range to company capabilities leads. Okay, company EWM heads, like these things across the globe.
Hello.
And I'm an author. And last year I released one book. Okay, SCM configuration guide with the process flows. Configuration guide with the process flow. Okay, this is my own publishing. Okay, process flows, and I sold it across. Hello, may I know who this? Okay. Across.
Hello, this is Vijay Savarkar.
Yeah, sir. Okay, please. Okay.
Good morning. Thank you.
Hear me? Yeah, please mute you. Across the 5 continents, okay, I sold my book. Still daily 1 or 2 books I'm selling like this. And apart from that, I'm a SEM topic leader. SEM topic leader means SAP community network, okay, which is the place where consultants are sharing their queries and etc. Okay, there I resolved some hundreds of queries of other consultants, and they awarded me with SEM topic leader for the extended warehouse management. Please mute yourself, sir. Okay, see here. And coming to the scope of the extended warehouse management, EWM stands for extended warehouse management. Extended warehouse management. We can expect at least 10 to 15 years of 10 to 15 years of this one, or boom, or future, whatever it may be, for this module. Okay, and we can see why the SAP is incorporated SAP extended warehouse management, even though they have the WM module and etc. We are going to see. And coming to this EWM module deals with warehouse operations. Warehouse operations. Now the first question arises that what is meant by warehouse? Okay, what is meant by warehouse? This one. Warehouse is a physical building. Okay, warehouse is a physical building where we manage the inventories of the products. Inventory, what is meant by, again, what is meant by inventory? I am running a business, I am storing some products, okay, in one of the building. Inventory means how many products I am bringing from the outside, how many products I am sending outside, and how I am storing these products and etc. That can be dealt with this warehouse. Okay, now as much as visually we can see what is meant by warehouse and etc. Okay, whenever you have some free time, please go through the YouTube and enter warehouse operations. Don't type SAP or something, just warehouse processes or else warehouse operations. We will get to know what kind of activities they are doing inside the warehouse. That is important for us. Once we understand the business, okay, it's very easy to deal with any ERP, not only the SAP. If I know the business, I can do anything on any ERP platform. Within 1 week, I can adopt everything like this thing. Say, for example, sales and sales guy is there. If the sales guy knows everything, like what is meant by sales order, how we can provide the discounts, like pricing procedures and etc. in general terminology. Okay, it's very, very easy to him to work on any ERP, either SAP or else Oracle or whatever it may be, like this thing. Now coming to here, purchasing department guy is there. If he knows what is the purchase request, means indent. Say terminology is different, but process is same in every ERP. Say for example, indent. In general, we call it a indent, but coming to the SAP, that we calling as a purchase requisition. If anything is there, requirement of the products, the purchasing department person get the indent from the shop floor workers like this. Against that, he raise a purchase order. In SAP, that is calling as a purchase order. Maybe in other SAP, other ERP, they are calling as a work order like this. Okay. Here, business, we need to understand through visualization of the warehouses. We use as much as images. I have nearly 90 infographics with me. Okay, those prepared for my book. Okay, and we can go through as much as YouTube videos as well to understand the process better and better. And I will use PPT, okay, PPT to present what is what and etc. like these things. First of all, we can see what is meant by a warehouse, where the products organizedly arranging and manage the inventories. Warehouse. Just type the warehouse. Go to the images. Images. See, this is the inside of the warehouse. But first we see outside. Outside. Say these warehouses look like this. Okay, we see very big doors and etc. Some trucks come to these premises. Okay, and see here. If we go through here, some trucks are there. Okay, this is a warehouse building. Some trucks, maybe some trucks are for unloading. Some trucks are for loading activities, like we can assume. Okay, we can see very big warehouses as well, so up to 10 acres warehouses like these things. Okay, they manage the doors in different directions. Say for example, large volume of the warehouse. Say I went to one of the Scania warehouse at Belgium. Okay, some 4 years back. Okay, that's nearly 6 acres warehouse. One side, they are one side they are executing the inbound activities. Other side they are executing the outbound activities. What it is inbound and outbound means inward. Whenever the products are coming to the warehouse, one side they are receiving those products, other side they are sending to the customers their products and etc. Like okay, we can see very big warehouses as well. Mainly in Europe area, you can see very big warehouses. European Union. Okay, that area is this one warehouse operations. So they execute very well. Okay, like these things. So these are the warehouse buildings. See here, these are the warehouse buildings, like looks like. Okay, and even these doors also they can operate through some small machineries, motors. Okay, motors and etc. These things, warehouses, we can see like these things. So here, this is also some warehouses. And coming to the warehouse inside, how looks like. Say here, we can see some racks, small rack to medium rack. High racks also we can store the products. Loose products also we can store. Packaged products also we can store. And depends on the handling of the products, we go with some machineries like say this is a forklift actually. Normally we use this forklift for lift the pallets. See here, like this thing, pallets and etc. If it's a small product, cotton boxes, okay, say here we can use this kind of machinery as well. Here one executive is there, she's carrying some cotton box, okay, and putting here. And one more thing, in the warehouse, okay, everyone should wear the blazer, like this blazer, okay, say here blazer, and some mechanical, industrial shoes. Okay, this is mandatory, and each warehouse is marking through these lines inside of this. Say for example, this line, okay, they can measure how many forklifts can be passed over through way and etc. They can see here one forklift is there. This width is some 6 feet. Okay, if they want to go with 2, in that case they can keep 12. Okay, and some say for walking path is separate. We cannot walk in the middle of the warehouse if we go to the warehouse. And helmet is mandatory, and blazer also mandatory, and industrial shoes also mandatory. Okay, not only the rack, we can see some bulk storage, like say here we can store some products in the shop floor as well. Shop floor. Okay, see like this picture here. If we see, this is the shop floor area, here shop floor area, we can see some mezzanine floors. Mezzanine floors means say here in this corner they are storing some small products. Mezzanine means like this thing. And if we see here it's not possible to access this area by forklift or something. Okay, they can use totes or baskets like these things. Okay, and some very big warehouses, sometimes very rare, they can use forklift as well if that much strength is there for the top level, top floor, and etc. See like these things. Okay, shop floor we can see, mezzanine floors we can see, and racks also we can see, and etc. Coming to the machineries, okay, forklift is one of the machinery. These are the forklifts. Okay, these are also different types of forklifts we can see. Say here, if we see, say these wheels are small. Okay, these kind of forklifts we can use within the warehouse. See here. And coming to here, some very big types vehicles we can see. Say this is there. Normally, these kind of things we can use for outside to inside up to door only. Outside to inside up to door only. Inside to outside through door only. When the truck is come to the warehouse premises, they can use these kind of forklifts. Just get the product and unload nearby to the door area like these things. And coming to here, high picker, one is there. High lift forklift or something, high picker also we can see. See here, this is normally this we can use for access the high racks. Say this can be within the warehouse only. We use this kind of operator. Okay, this is calling as a high picker or high lift forklift. Okay, and this vertically and horizontally it will move to get the products, store the products, and etc. Say here, this is top end. Sometimes this worker also go to the top end, or else he can operate through inside of the cabin only, like these things. And coming to here, warehouse totes, just like those are baskets. Warehouse totes. Say here, these are the totes. These are the totes. Okay, these things and etc. Say here, these are the totes. They are normally these used for small products. Okay, say for example, if a company is dealing with the automobile company, a small and nut bolt, electric fuses to engines, gearboxes, and some other thing, glasses, front glass, rear glass, and etc. Yeah, as well. Okay, like these things. These are the tops, like these things. Okay. Now, coming to here, what is the significance of EWM? How this is useful within our warehouse? Okay, say not only the EWM, we have several packages available in the market to fulfill the warehouse requirements. All those are calling as a warehouse management systems. Warehouse management systems. Okay, see here. I'm going to provide some information through one of the PPT. Okay. First of all, warehouse management in general. A warehouse management system is a key part of the supply chain. What is meant by a supply chain? Say, I want to start a one company. I cannot go there and construct a building, and I cannot start immediately business or like these things. What kind of products I want to do? Either I want to go with a production plant or else trading center like this. First we can analyze. If it's a production, what kind of the products you want to manufacture? First, that is the first point. Okay, pharma company. What kind of medicines? Okay, say for example, fever related medicines I want to produce. Then, what is the data you have? Means we need to study the market. Okay, what is the total? How many companies are there? Okay, what is our target percentage of sales in a year? Like this thing, we can decide. Okay, that is a planning. First we need to plan. Say assume that I can 1 lakh tablets I can able to sell for a year. I have decided, okay, that is a easy target for me. Then the planning is 1 lakh tablets I want to sell that. Then to prepare the manufacture the 1 lakh tablet, what are the raw materials you require? What are the machinery you require? How many workers you have? Like these things. Okay, I purchased some machineries and kept in my building and etc. Okay, that is fine. That can be dealt with some other module called maintenance, plant maintenance and etc. Now coming to here, how many workers can be able to manufacture that 1000 tablets and etc. And what is the manufacturing cost and etc. That can be dealt with production planning module in the SAP. Now coming to raw materials, what are the source for those raw materials? Who are the source of supply for these products and etc. I need to identify. Either I want to go with within the country, within the city, or else outside also I want to bring. Okay, first we can finalize the vendor suppliers that deals with the materials management module. Okay, say everything is ready. Once I receive the raw materials, I consume into the raw materials. Where I need to store it? Mine is warehouse. Okay, I can store these raw materials in different racks. Okay, say here receiving means those are coming into the warehouse. Here I am storing in some racks. Receiving also part of the warehouse management system. Storing of those products also part of the warehouse management system. Now I want to start the manufacturing activities. Then how many tablets you want to manufacture for today? 1000 tablets. Then what are the components you require? Raw materials. Just to go there, pick the products which are available in the different storage areas and send to the production shop floor. There they can consume, prepare the tablets. Tablet is the finished product. Then where you want to store this product? Within the warehouse itself, either in the form of boxes. Yes, what is the size of boxes and etc. We can redefine and pack the tablets and store within the warehouse only. Now our sales guys start selling our products. Now we are getting sales orders from the outside. Okay, say here again is that sales order. I need to go there and pick the product. Okay, tablet final product and ship to the customer. Okay, this entire thing is calling as a supply chain. But receiving the product, storing the product, issuing raw materials means receiving the raw materials, storing the raw materials, issuing raw materials to production unit. After completing the production, receiving the finished product, again storing that finished product. Again, if the customer orders, we need to send that finished product. This is the key part. So warehouse management system is a key part of the entire supply chain unit. Primarily aims to control the movement and storage of materials within a warehouse that we have seen just now. And normally, so these warehouse operations divided into 4 major operations. Receiving, put away. What is meant by put away? Daily we are executing in our home that put away. Say for example, one e-commerce site is the big basket. I raise an order for some this thing, products like grocery items, vegetables, and some dairy products, ice creams and etc., chocolates and etc. Maybe after 6 hours or next day, that executive knock our door and etc. And hand over some packets to us. Within those packets, we have grocery items, we have dairy products, we have some other toilet, washroom accessories, etc. are there. Now, once we collecting the product from that executive, that is nothing but the receiving. That is nothing but receiving. Against our order, we are receiving those products. Okay, now I want to say here, I want to store my grocery items in the kitchen wardrobe area. What I can do? I get the products, go to the kitchen area and store those products. That activity is nothing but put away. Now, vegetables, fruits are there. What I can do? I get that products, go to the refrigerator, store those products. That is also one of the put away. Now, washroom accessories are there. I get that, go to the washroom wardrobes and keep there. That is also a put away. Daily we are doing these activities in our home, but in the warehouse terminology, that is calling as a put away. Okay, that is calling a put away. Now, if we observe our home putaways, why we want to store fruits and vegetables within the refrigerator only? Why not in the kitchen wardrobe? Or else why not in the washroom accessories? Means, as for the characteristics of the product, that always should be stored under a certain temperature. Okay, so that is against that we have one strategy in our mind. So with reference to that strategy, we complete the put away of those products into the refrigerator. Next, coming to grocery items. Why you are storing in the wardrobe only, kitchen wardrobe? Why not in the refrigerator? Means the product is not suitable for that refrigerator. Like these things. In the warehouse also, we use the same concept. If the nut and bolt come to our warehouse, we can store in the small racks, not into the very big racks. I will show you. Say I am running automobile business, okay, warehouse. Okay, assume that Volvo is my company. I am running one warehouse. Say we can see these kind of storage areas also there. I am not using any SAP word at this moment. Okay, say here. Normally these kind of tins or plastic areas I can use to store some small weightless products like nut and bolts packets, 10 nuts and 10 bolts in a one packet like this things, or else small fuses, or else some cables, gear cable, clutch cable, brake cable like these things, and etc. We can use it. The same products I cannot use in this area. Why? Because our products are very small. I can utilize these kind of bins only. Utilize these kind of bins only, like these things. Say some other products are there. Okay, say for example, clutch plates and etc. I can store within these areas. And or else some very big products are there. Very big products. I can use these kind of racks and etc. And heavy products are there. Say here, these kind of things we can use. Heavy products are there. I store on the shop floor itself, like Indian gearbox, and etc. Why? Because those are having dead weight engines, gearboxes, and etc. If we store in the racks and etc., okay, someday it will collapse. So I can store those dead weight products, okay, heavyweight products on the shop floor itself. Okay, say if I raise a purchase order from a company to get the nut and bolts, clutch cable, brake cable, and the clutch plates, and engines, and etc. In that, say whenever that kind of nut and bolts that can be refer these kind of things, and if it's a clutch plates and etc., this area that should be advised, system should be advised, and heavy products system should be advised on the shop floor like this. That is nothing but put away strategies. Put away strategy. Put away strategies. We can divide the word put away. Put away. Storing some area like put away strategies. So strategy is nothing but predefined something strategy. We can define to store this product. Just like our fruits and vegetables within the refrigerator, means in our mind one strategy is there. That's why we are going to store that. Like the same strategies we apply in the warehouse. Okay. Now, what are the other two? What are the other two? Picking and shipping. Picking and shipping. Say, okay, I'm maintaining the stocks and etc. Okay. Say one customer order came for us to supply some nut and bolts or else one engine and etc. System should be able to advise us, refer us, this engine part is available in one corner of the warehouse and loose products are available in these racks like this. That is nothing but strategies, picking strategies. Pick means getting the product into hand or else some tray or else whatever it is, that is picking strategies. Shipping, okay, how you are going to send the product to the customer. Either you want to use mix so different products to the same customer in a carton box, or else do you want to send on some pallets? How you are going to? That is nothing but the shipping. Okay. Best example, say for example, if we raise any order in Amazon, they can give us some box or something. That is nothing but shipping box. Okay. That is nothing but shipping box. We can see our address, who is sending that, what is our number, order number, and etc. Those are nothing but shipping labels. Okay, in warehouses, shipping labels. Apart from that, they use some documents for this one, what check post purposes and etc. Say port to port, if they want to send the products, one port to another port, in between, they need to refer, they need to verify, they need to get approval from the government authorities and etc. Okay, these things. These majorly only 4 products, 4 processes, and all remaining processes comes in between these 4. Receiving, put away. Okay, say for example, once I receive the product, I want to apply some preservation over it, or else I want to repack it in one of the special packaging and etc. That is in between of the receiving and put away. The same thing, after picking the product, I want to packing the product and send to shipping to the customer, means some packing activities, whatever it may be. Apart from that, we can move products internally. Say internally means we need to every year or every 6 months or every 2 years, companies are analyze that what are the fast moving items, what are the slow moving items. Okay. Say always fast moving items, companies try to keep nearby to the door only. Why? Because it's very easy to fulfill the customer order. Say if we go to any automobile store, if I ask say clutch cable, the clutch cable stores nearby to the cash counter only. Okay, just the cash counter person pull that product and hand over to us. If I ask some new thing, silencer, bike silencer, that is not a fast moving item. That that a store person stored in some inside of the warehouse or godown or store, whatever it may be. Like this, in warehouses also, they manage uh, prime areas and buffer areas. Prime area always they keep nearby to the door area only. Buffer area, they store products, some backside of the warehouse or something. Prime area dedicated for fast moving item only. Say, I want to analyze what are the fast moving items, what are the slow moving items, and etc. Say, for example, I thought that some product is a fast moving item, I kept in primary job, but primary area. But the product I am not getting more sales orders. What I can do, I rearrange the products into the buffer zone, some other area, and I use the space which I used for that slow moving item for another item like this. Those are nothing but internal movements. Those also we can execute in the warehouse. Okay, see here. Now, what is the significance of the warehouse management system? Okay, the warehouse management system, whatever it may be, not only the WM, not only the EWM, not only the any other ERP and etc. Okay, the main purpose of this optimizing of the stock and utilizing of the storage. Here, smallest arg element, we have seen some boxes and etc. These are calling as a storage bins. How you are going to utilize and how you can optimize your product storage and etc. can be deal with warehouse management system. And real-time information we require. For that, we use monitors, warehouse monitors like dashboards. What kind of products, how many products are there, and etc. We can we can use this one. What warehouse management system monitors. A warehouse management system monitor is nothing but it can tell us progress of the products to the warehouse. How many products received into our warehouse, how many products consumed into production, how many products sent to the customers, and etc. etc. We can see within the warehouse monitor. Okay, see here. Within the warehouse monitor, we can see physical warehouse infrastructure. How many storage types are there? How many storage type is what type of storage it is? How many bins it is occupied, and etc. We can see, and it is easy to track the real-time information. And say, for example, if I want to move product from one area to another area, how to communicate that? Like communications is between the product stations and etc. We can see here product station is nothing but a storage bin. Okay, this is the general concept of the warehouse. General concept of the warehouse. Any doubts? Please let me know. As of now. Okay, I did not use any SAP word, and I don't want to use another 1 or 2 sessions. First, we need to understand the business. Any doubts regarding this warehouse and etc.
Hello.
And
Hello, sir.
yeah, please. Sir.
Sir, this is Janardhan. So this is it integrated with the resource or labor management also?
Yes, exactly. Say warehouse is there. Coming to before going to the warehouse, okay. First, we take an example of software project. Support project is there. Okay. If we observe the support project, we can see functional consultant, technical consultants, some PMO team, etc. etc. Okay. Functional consultants and technical consultant directly involved in the project. PMO team, they can allocate the desks or else they manage the time sheets and etc. Apart from that, networking administration team also working here. Okay. The same thing in warehouse also we can see. Some labor groups or resource groups working here. Some group executing the put away, some group executing the picking, some group executing any packaging activities. Apart from that, some administration staff and etc. Now the time comes to give the appraisals and etc. What we can do? Say warehouse workers directly they involve, that we can manage. Okay, that we can manage. Here also we can see some SLA in the warehouse, as like in project. Say one ticket comes, either we need to resolve it 4 hours or 8 hours. Two persons are there, A and B. If A complete below the 4 hours means his efficiency is more than 100%. B resource, he has taken 6 hours means his efficiency less than 100%. Now appraisal time we can give the appraisal for A person only, not B, compared to that one what their efficiencies and etc. Here in EWM as well, warehouse, we can fix some timings, fixed timings in the form of engineered labor standards. ELS, engineered labor standards. Say one rack is there. To execute the put away, I fix say for example 5 minutes of time. One worker is there, he executed 4 minutes. So well and good. He is not utilizing allocated 5 minutes time. Some other worker is there 6 minutes. Okay, worker B. Say in this case, the second person is utilized more time than this one, engineered labor standard. Now we can analyze that the first person is the excellent person. We can give some more salary or more appraisal to him like this. Okay. All these comes under the labor management topic. This labor management we can integrate to SAP HCM module. Okay, human capital management module. That is also possible. Okay, sir. This one. This is nothing but these workers are calling as resources, and if we want to analyze their efficiencies and utilizations, that comes under the labor management. Got it, sir?
Yeah, thanks, sir. And one more thing, so you told that the warehouse is around 10 acres or 15 acres. So in that case, do we have a methodology to identify where the space is available in that 15 acres or 20 acres to put material in the initial door itself?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we use the put away strategies. We use put away strategies. We configure these strategies in the system. And real-time information always update. Say for example, one thing I will tell you. We go with PPTs. Say this is a warehouse. We can imagine a small warehouse. Top view. These are the docking area where we receive products initially. Okay, here some storage areas is there. Each storage area, okay, I use partially storage type. Two storage types are there. These are the bins. Each bin I can able to store one product only. Now say for example, I am bringing one product come to warehouse. Okay, I raise a purchase order, some vendor sent to me, I have received it. Okay, now yes, for the strategy, first the product store here. Yes, for the strategy. Again, the same product receive I have received. I store here. Yes, for the strategy. Okay, say here again one more product is there. I store here like this. Now if we see here, this is full. Now one more product came to warehouse, same product. In that case, say yes, for first I maintained one strategy like first I need to fill this top one, next this one. Okay. Here there is no space. I go and fill into second things. Okay, like this. Like we can store. Okay, I will show you one infographic. Yeah, yeah. Don't read these words, okay? Don't read these words, okay? Don't get any confused. Say, for example, I want to store some product. Here, some racks, section, storage types are there. First preference is here. I go there and I try to keep here. If this space is not available, I go to the next one. Here also not available, I go to this one. Say, for example, three are there. In the three also not their place. In that case, system cannot propose any destination area and it throw one error. And at that time, what we can do? Interiorly, wherever the stock is there, there I can store. Wherever the place is there, there I can store this product. Like we can manage. Got it, sir?
Yes.
These are calling as strategies. Okay, like these things. Now, any doubts regarding this warehouse? Okay, very simple warehouse. Okay, say here, and I told you something like a primary zone and reserve zone like this. They can manage like this. Okay, this is the primary zone. Assume that. Okay, these products are fast moving items. These products are fast moving items. Okay, from here itself we can send to the customer. Pick and send to the customer these things. Okay, like this is the primary area. Normal area, reserve area or buffer area, we can call it as these things. Okay, like this thing. Main important thing of warehouse management system is bin utilization, real-time information. Whenever I want to open my monitor or system dashboard, okay, that should be able to give how many quantities of products in this warehouse, where those are available. That is very important. Okay, that is very important. With reference to that, we plan our business. Yeah.
So is it the batch management also integrate in this, or it's a inbuilt batch management feature is available in AWS?
Batch management available and serial number management also available, like these things. Normally batch management is for pharma companies, food companies and etc. And serial numbers, say for example, telecommunication mostly widely use this serial number management. Batch is available
Sir,
in which
automobile industry also use serial number, right?
automobile very less, sir. Automobile. Say, automobile means those are using in vehicles and etc. Say, for example, one piston is there. What is the importance if I maintain the piston in the serial number and etc. If I keep the piston within the engine, that way this what that size can be vary and etc. Okay, that cannot be come back to the warehouse again and etc. But coming to the telecommunication internet providers, they use. Say for example, earlier Tata Indicom is there or BSNL is there. They are providing instruments to our phones, land phones. If we see in the backside of the phone, they maintain some serial number for it. If any instrument got damaged, what we can do, we return those products to that company. That company track which serial number they have received for refurbishment and etc. Okay, they can track within this. Okay, like this. Automobile very rare, sir.
They use chassis number, right, sir?
Chassis number only. That is very slow moving item. Say maximum one Volvo company is there, maximum they can sell 500 buses or 500 trucks per year like this. Yeah. Sir.
So we can incorporate the first in first out or last in first out that category is there, sir, in this.
Exactly. Say depends on say one product is there, that product is going to be expired. Earliest expired product I want to dispose it first. Okay, then one thing. Say one product is there, I have received on October 5th, assume that. This product. Another same product I have received on October 7. 9 October. Some 10th October like this. Say here each product, okay, one thing, 5, 6, 6 we can use here. Here 7, here 8. Say here, these are the 4 products. Okay, say for example, product's expiry date is 7 days, 1 week, assume that. Now, 5th, I have received one product. Product is same. Received one product. Okay, life, remaining life is only 2 days for this product. Today 8. Okay, maybe 4 days only. And for this 5 days, for this 6 days is there. For this 1 week is there. Like this. What we can do? First, I try to dispose this product. Why? Because this one. If we see how you are selecting this product, why the system is selecting with reference to receipt to date and time as well. Actually, I have not given time as well. Say for example, in the 5th, zero 07, this one. Say here, if we see here, Both are received on the same 5th October only. But coming to here date also we need to consider. The system refers first to this product, next to this product. Like we can use. This is calling as a stock removal rule. Rule for removing the stock. Okay. This is nothing but first in, first out. First in means receipt. That should be go out first. First in, first out. Like we can use. Okay. This thing. Any doubts regarding this? Sir?
Yeah, thanks, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And coming to our approach, writing approach. Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow we discuss about these functionalities. Why, even though WM is there, why EWM is required and etc. Coming to our approach, our sessions are mostly interactive sessions, question and answer. Say, for example, today we discuss some topic. Maybe I ask some questions. Maybe tomorrow or else 1 week as well. Okay. Always, all should be alert. Okay. Like this. And wherever we require more intention, we use some YouTube videos and etc. to understand that process. Okay. Like these things. And assignments. Normally, say in a small checkbox, we can build a big story in the SAP with a small checkbox. Okay, like this. I give simple assignments, but those are very tricky. Okay, those who are completing the assignments, okay, straight away they can keep in their CVs those assignments. Okay, say here CV preparation also one of the art. Okay, say lengthy of CV cannot give any value addition. We can use only 4 or 5 bullet points the CV, something like different. Okay, that techniques also I will tell you. Those are nothing but our assignments only. Okay, like this.
So the mode of teaching is either through PPT or you will show the system also.
Systems are no PPTs, real-time system. To understand, say for example, our friend is asked how LIFO PIFO. In that case, I have given like this. No PPTs, sir. We don't have any PPTs. To first, what our approach is, first business process, then we keep in the system. Discuss about the business process first. Then only we touch the SAP system. Okay, like this. We can discuss
So
about
you'll provide the access also for the system.
access, sir, I refer one vendor, prescribed vendor, okay. All can purchase from him, even though I also paying him and getting for my purpose, internal purpose. Okay, the same server. Okay, and daily I provide a session recording, and today also this is I'm recording this session. Okay, and please post your mail IDs, the WhatsApp group. Okay, after the session, I will provide this recording to one of the Google Drive and share that drive with full access. And instead of moving the videos, download your videos into your local system. Daily one within the same folder, daily one recording session I am going to update like this. Okay. And I have nearly 90 or 90 plus. These are the infographics to understand the topic. Say for example, one concept is there bin access type. How you are going to access the bin? Say if you have, see here, these kind of bins are there, these kind of bins are there, these kind of bins. For example, I am asking you all, this person can access these hierarchies. This person can access these bins. Tell me, sir. Say a person is their executive resource. This resource can be accessed these hierarchies to store the products or receive the products.
No,
Come
this
on.
person cannot.
Pardon, sir?
This person cannot access there because it's a level.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Now, say here one forklift is there. This forklift can be access this storage rack, this area or this area forklift. This is the forklift.
So basically, it allows the type of resources to be allowed in particular bin, right? which pin
Correct,
tag.
exactly. Say this forklift cannot access this. Why? Because this height is very high, some 20 feet and etc. Maximum this is up to 3-4 feet. This cannot be accessed. And come to here, even though this is 4 or 5 feet, this forklift cannot access. Why? Because here products are stored in the carton box. We
Oh,
cannot access carton box through these forks. Carton box will be
correct.
damaged. Yeah. Like
Yes, yes.
these kind of examples we see. Okay. We see
So the
then we
middle one is the conveyor belt, right?
middle one is stacker crane.
Oh, stacker belt. Okay, okay.
Automatic storage and automatic retrieval. This one.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. Stacker crane. Like we can discuss each process. Say for example, if I want to explain bin access type, I open this infographic and I explain like these things. Okay. Then we can configure in the system.
So, sir, this tracker crane basically it is managed automatically, not by the human resources, right?
Yes, exactly. Automatically. Automatically. Say another example I will show you. Say I was earlier.
So the prerequisite for this is warehouse management is required, or is it EWM is a standalone application without WM also we can
Yeah.
use.
Standalone, sir. And after MM, I straight away came to the EWM. Sir, this EWM is the independent body. No need to have any prior knowledge. Okay. Even though we don't know anything in SAP, we can become EWM consultants. Say if we join as a EWM consultant in the project, say I have 10 years experience in the SD or MM or PM module. If I join as a EWM consultant, no one can give authorization for MM or SD or PM modules. You should have to work as a EWM consultant only. This one. No client accept to work their EWM consultant in ERP environment as well. Completely different. Okay. This is the independent model. Now come to here and one more thing. Say if I know WM, is it very easy to go with the EWM? No. Just the concept is here. If I working on WM without knowing anything, can I work in the EWM? Not possible. Why? Because just like a car driving and aeroplane driving. Assume that say car is one type of driving, aeroplane is another kind of driving. Pilot. A pilot, standalone pilot cannot drive the car. A car driver cannot drive the aeroplane. The simple. The consultant cannot work on EWM. A EWM consultant cannot work on WM model. Like these things. Okay, we have some plenty of materials with us. Materials means infographics and etc. etc. Okay, we can discuss highly interactive sessions. Sir. And assignments are more important, sir. And to be frank, those who are doing the assignment, they are getting early break in the EW. They are getting the early breaks. Okay, and please practice well during the session. It's like understandable, but once you sit in front of the system, you will get hundreds of errors. Okay, that's for sure. If you are not practicing very well, and our WhatsApp group is a technical forum. Okay, if you are getting any kind of error, post in that group. Any other person can answer. I am moderating that group. If anything going wrong, I will involve and give the proper answer within that warehouse. Yeah, within that WhatsApp group. Anyway, I will include 1 or 2 seniors in that group. Okay, like this thing. And I have one in-house training batch as well. Okay, through my company. As of now, within 8 months, 18 people are joined as a EWM consultant. This including the 6 months break. Within these 6 months, okay, some 3 persons got jobs. Okay, earlier 15 members got jobs. Okay, like this thing. Some of at least 6 to 7% people first time they see the SAP. Okay, they don't know anything in the SAP. Straight away came to our office and joined, practicing well and get the breaks. Like this. Okay, oh, sorry. Okay, sir. Tomorrow we will meet at the same time. Okay, we will discuss further and further. Please provide your mail IDs in the WhatsApp group, sir. Maybe by afternoon I will send this video. Thank you, sir.
You will be sending this video, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Exactly. Exactly.
So I have one question, last question. So are we going? We have different strategy, right? So are we going to discuss the flexible bin strategy also? That is
Yes,
new added,
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
That is newly in S4 HANA flexible bin strategy. So we will be discussing that also, right?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I will be sharing my mail ID. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, but
Hello. Hello,
yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you share the details of that person who gives the SAP access?
Yeah, sure, sir. I will post in the WhatsApp group, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that
Sir, I already have EWM and ECC access. So can I use this one, or do I need to take another access? Means in my
Yeah,
company I have that.
yeah, your company is okay. Say, for example, if you get any doubt, how you can, who will help you, sir? Very important.
Okay.
You are using your company, okay. Remaining people are using, including our class going in one server. Say, for example, during practice, if you get any doubt, then how can you get the proper answer?
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay,
this
sir.
will be on HANA, means
Both.
embedded EWM
But
or
initially, we start with the decentralized EWM, sir, and all can get the decentralized only for 2 months. Okay, once after completing all the processes, please practice in the S4 HANA as well. And there is about 2% differences are there between decentralized and S4 HANA embedded. We are covering those differences as well. After finishing our course, we should be able to work on either this environment or that environment. Okay, that is our.
thank you.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Have a nice day. Tomorrow we'll
What
meet.
is the duration, sir?
2 months, sir. Daily 1.5 hour sessions. Okay. So today and tomorrow just demos from Monday onwards 1.5 hour.
So, what's the timing for regular classes?
9:30 to 11 only, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for attending session. Have a nice day. Bye.